Hey everybody, welcome back to another video with Gem Mint Masters. For this week's Throwback Thursday, we got a super exciting one here. This is something I just kind of stumbled upon on eBay. I see these sets all the time, but this one intrigued me a little bit more because it's the 1994 Upper Deck NBA Holojam set. You usually see them in this box that's sealed, but I rarely ever, if I've ever seen it in this kind of larger plastic container. So this is, that's kind of, again, why it intrigued me. It's kind of double protected. If you know this set, it is a crazy condition sensitive set. The Michael Jordan is the big hit out of here, obviously. So we're going to be MJ hunting here, but the nice part about it is we're going to get one. So, the hunt should be successful, or will be successful. But you've got some other good players in here too. Chris Webber, rookie. I believe it's his rookie. Shaq, Mourning, and some others. But then you're getting, again, that Michael Jordan. And I have one here, actually, for comparison. I purchased this one. This is actually a really good condition one, to be honest. But I think I paid about 20 bucks for this. And I think I paid about 60 for this set. Just to, hopefully get some, potential at a decently conditioned one that can come back a decent grade. I'll put some numbers up here on the screen so you guys can see just how condition sensitive this set is. I'll try to show it up on there too, but I believe the gem rate is in the 1% range, 1.3. Crazy. Probably one of the lowest gem rates I think I've ever seen in my life. So buying these cards loose, you're going to have a hard time getting them. And I think the main reason is, and we'll see that when we open this, is that once you get inside this box, the cards are kind of just loose in there. So they've been in there for a really long time. They bang around. I don't have super high expectations, but again, I wanted to just try this particular configuration out and see if it makes any kind of difference. And hopefully we'll find some good condition cards. But either way, it's the entire set, and it is 36 cards. So you're only paying less than $2 each on them. So I just figured it'd be a fun set to rip open and, just kind of build the set, put them all in top loaders. If I decide to sell them, something like that. Otherwise, it's a really cool set either way. I mean, it's a hologram all the way on the front, and then the back, you can see has a lot of kind of color corners here. You can definitely judge pretty easily. So this thing is kind of falling apart, but it's still sealed. So we're going to figure out how we can open this, and then we're going to open it up and, and get it going. So I'm probably just going to cut the top off here. I think that's the only way to really do it. Cut underneath these pieces here should do the trick. Nice and yellowed over the years. But hopefully once we get inside the box, we'll see some good conditioned cards. And when I say good condition, I mean, obviously it shouldn't have any fading or anything. They've been protected in multiple layers of packaging. It should be okay. All right, let's get this box out of here. Yeah, I can already kind of feel that you can feel them just kind of rattling around in there a little bit. So tempering my expectations. But again, something I thought would be super cool to try and just see how we do. I'm actually gonna get a blade. I want to try to kind of minimize the moving around of this. So if we can maybe just hit the edges as we peel it off. All right. Yeah, okay. But like I said, there's also, like Shaq. You've got some other good players in here. So this will be a fun one either way. All right. Trying to be as careful as I possibly can. I got my sleeves here. I got some card savers. Ideally, I would love to find a gradable copy, but not too optimistic, like I said. All right, so here we go. I think what I'll do is I'm just gonna kind of flip it over and take everything out that way. Try to minimize the moving around, like I had said, and see how we do. Well, there's a rookie on the back. So it does say rookie on the guys that are rookies. George Lynch is in this set, apparently. Okay. So we've got kind of a album offer. That would be kind of cool, actually, to get that album. It was that 1994, so was that 31 years ago. All right, so here we go. I think the Michael Jordan's going to be about 5 in. So what I think I'll do is I'll get a sleeve ready here, and I'm going to clip the corner of it. If you just kind of cut that corner, I think you can buy them like that sometimes. That allows it to slide in there a lot easier. All right, so let's be careful here. Nice looking cards. I mean, I just realized I didn't have my light on. I got to do that. Nice looking cards, nice surface. Minimal corner issues on this, even on this first one here. So I would hope and think that as we get further into it, we should be even better. But I'm not going to count my chickens just yet. Nice looking. We got D Brown there. We'll go ahead and just kind of go through the whole set just so you can see who it is, and I'll try to do it fairly quickly. Okay, I can see the Michael Jordan is the next one. All right, so we got Alonzo Mourning. Again, not too bad. All right, here we go. I can see some whiting on the corners of this, but again, compared to a lot of the copies you're gonna see out there, this is probably about as good as it's gonna get. So let's take a look at the back. Yeah, we got a nice white corner down there. So this is gonna be a tough one. But like I said, when you saw the numbers of how many of these are graded, I may just grade it anyway. I'm not 100% sure. So let's get this one carefully into there. Let's compare kind of these two copies. Got that right corner. It looks like on both. This one I purchased might actually be a little bit better, to be honest. And on the back, you've got kind of that bottom right on this one. So let's see. On the one we just opened, yep, bottom right. But the other corners look good. So it might be one of those things where maybe I just send them both and just see what they come back. Super cool card. Again, almost impossible to gem this card. So it was worth a try just to kind of see. Maybe there's some value in some of these other cards too as we look closer at them. You know, maybe we're going to find one that is gemmable out of this. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to be the Jordan. Like the Brad Daugherty here, this one looks way better. Looks really good. So that's a nice looking one. Jim Jackson. I don't think that's a rookie, is it? No, okay. Yeah, wow. This one is messed up. You can see it's almost like cracking all over the surface around here. That's nuts. Okay. So that one's not going to make our cut. Again, super cool value anyway for this set. You've got some crazy scratch marks on this Mutombo here. Yeah, so again, you know, you get a kind of good understanding of why this is so condition sensitive and why it's almost impossible to gem these cards. Compared to these ones, the Jordan surface looks really good. So I'm actually kind of happy about that. I'm seeing print lines, scratches, and something that hasn't been removed from the package should not have that stuff, but it does. Hakeem Olajuwon. I might just pick some of these up. Ooh, there we go. We can see the Shaq there. Got Reggie Miller. Not known for his jams, but Ron Harper, that's pretty cool. James Worthy. Harold Miner, Baby Jordan. Is that a rookie? Nope. Blue Edwards. Wow, some names you haven't heard in a while. Doug West, Derek Coleman, Patrick Ewing. Man, these still look really nice either way. I'm going to top load all these, and, you know, I think even if I sold these off separately, it'd still do pretty well. So the Shaq is looking pretty similar to the Jordan. Kind of got this right side whiting, and then the bottom right as well, bottom left. Again, still a super cool card. Probably one I just, you know, keep in the PC or something like that. Gotta be careful putting these in these sleeves. Probably should just clip the corners of any of these because it's not wanting to cooperate. You clip that little corner, it slides perfectly in without issue. So just a little tip I would say I would use. All right, the rest of them we'll come back to later and get in the top loaders. But all right, let's go through the rest of the set here. Clarence Weatherspoon, Charles Barkley, Drexler, not too bad looking. Walt Williams. David Robinson, that's a nice one. Sean Kemp. Karl Malone. You'd think with as many cards that are in here, you'd find some that would be potentially gemmable, but I'm just not seeing it. And again, that's why this set is so hard to grade. Tom Gugliotta, Chris Webber. Oh, that is a rookie. Okay. That one actually looks really good. Wow. Interesting. Wow. That looks really good. I'm not seeing hardly any issues with that one. Let's get that one top loaded. Could there possibly be a gemmable card in this set? Wow. Tiniest bit of white on the bottom right, but I think at a certain angle, you could probably say there really isn't any. I'm going to card saver this one for now, and we'll see. We may send that one. I think I got a piece of fuzz in there with that. Come back and get that later. Okay. Nice. That's a nice looking one. Okay, so here's all the rookies I see at the end. Okay. Sean Bradley. Oh, Anfernee Hardaway. Duh. That's a good one, too. Wow, that looks really nice as well. Man. So clearly the ones at the bottom look really solid. Oh, it's got like kind of a scratch up here. Unless it's something I can wipe off, which I don't. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it is coming off. Okay. We'll take a look at the Hardaway, too. Let's look at the back. Wow, yeah. Man, those look really good at the bottom. So I would say this is definitely worth it. Super, I just love the look of these cards. Man, they look so good. Just a fun, I love doing fun little rips like this where you know you're getting something. Yeah. All right, let's see what other rookies. I know we've got probably Mashburn, Ryder. Yep. Expect to see those guys. Those look pretty solid as well. Not as good as the Webber and Hardaway, though. Rodney Rogers, Lindsey Hunter, Doug Edwards, and George Lynch. Definitely some print line and scratching issues on the last couple. But there we go. 1994 Upper Deck Holojam set. Let me just move that a little bit. I think I got a little off kilter here. Yeah. So there it is. 36 cards. Full bleed, whatever that means. And then there's your checklist of all the players. Super fun set either way. I mean, again, like I said, the rate of gemming these is next to impossible. So always worth a try when you can do something on the cheap like this. And I had a lot of fun doing it. Again, even just opening these things and just seeing kind of the cards you're going to get out of here. Really cool. So, all right. So we'll take a closer look at some of these, but you know, this is the Jordan I bought before. And then out of this set, we got Shaq, Penny, Hardaway, Chris Webber, the two top rookies of that year, and the Michael Jordan. Again, not too bad looking, but it's got some minor corner issues going on, but it might be something I'd go with anyway. I'm not really sure. I'll think about that, but thanks for joining me on this Throwback Thursday. Drop a like, comment, subscribe, and we'll do more of this stuff in the future. Keep an eye out for some more PSA reveals, pre-submissions, all kinds of stuff like that. So, all right. See you next time.